Welcome to a beautiful sunny afternoon in England. Me and Lisa are camping, we're out on the motorbike, and we've been asked a lot about our cooking setup, so I'm going to break down a lot of our gear today. This is called a billy can, and again, if you're cooking for multiple people, I mean there's always two of us, I'm hardly ever solo camping. This billy can, the whole Trangia fits inside this. Obviously this is so good for cooking like big curries. You can cook 4 or 5 people with this, so it's great if you're on a trip with multiple guys or a group of you. If one person takes a billy can, I can't tell you how many uses we get out of this. So it comes with a lid, but this is it, the whole Trangia fits inside. This is the larger Trangia, this is the 25, which is the larger, 27 is the small one. But look, so you can see how much bigger, it's just that rim, that's how much bigger it is. The whole thing fits inside. This fits in our pannier, we're on a Road King, this fits in a Harley pannier, easy. So this goes in, I normally wedge a tea towel down the side, stop it rattling around, but, get the cake out. So this, I said I'd save the kitchen sink till last, I won't. So, as well as a really good cooking utensil for your curries, I can't remember what the literage is, but this is the big one. It's absolutely massive. But we use this for washing up bowl, especially when you're wild camping, you haven't got the luxury of a campsite sink or whatever. We use this for washing ourselves. We'll boil water in that, and you know, you can have a wash. Just so many uses, carrying water back. Billy can, and obviously cooking. The lid's really handy. The lid we also use on the frying pan of the Trangia, so it comes in really handy. That it's a great bit of kit. You can also, it's got a handle, so if you put that over a fire, you get a big stick prop up, you can hang that above a fire and cook in that if you haven't got a Trangia with you. It's just a great pan. So this is the Trangia, this is the 25 size, and this is in the felt case that they make on their website. Lisa got me this one Christmas. It's a really nice little item. It is just a case. The Trangias come with a little orange bag. This case is quite nice in a pannier because it stops it rattling around, obviously if it's not in the billy can. So, and what I normally do as well is I keep all my, if we're set up camping somewhere, I'll keep all my little bits in here, my lighters, utensils, so even when it's dark, you can find stuff, you know what I mean? Like, we just end up dumping a lot of stuff in it. Move that to the side. Let's break down my Trangia. I've done a couple of videos on the Trangia before, so I'll keep this brief. It's forever changing. It depends on what sort of camping I'm doing, whether I'm going solo or 2 people, to what's inside here. It depends on what we're cooking, but this is the setup. So you've got this little strap. I've often gone with the non-stick pans, and on both my other reviews I tell you to swear by the non-stick pans. Take it all back. I think what it is at the moment, we're doing such long trips, like multiple day, like 4-week, 2-week to 4-week trips. We're cooking a lot more, at least twice a day, and I've just been wearing out the non-stick pans quite quickly. This is the lightweight one, so I've gone with this little lightweight one, and we just take one of them wire steel wool scrubbers, and we just, well, Lisa does the washing up, so she just wears her hands out, keeps it clean. So inside that is a little Trangia chopping board. It's also a colander, and you can fit the handle in there. I'll show you that in a minute, but we've had that for ages. These are about £10, but really worth getting. And if you have got the non-stick one, it protects the non-stick pan a bit. So inside we keep our cutlery. I've got a sharp knife for cooking. We've got a lighter, and we've also got a spare lighter underneath. So all of that sits on these little plates that I've got. Now, where did I get these little plates? I've been a fan of a Japanese company called Snow Peak. You can't see it, but these are titanium. It's actually printed there. Snow Peak titanium plates. I worked out years ago that they fit perfectly inside this Trangia if you haven't got the kettle inside. So you've got to lose the kettle, but it's I think it's worth it. We use a jet boil anyway, so I don't need the kettle. And there's other ways to boil water. You can boil water in your saucepan, but this works for us. So we've got 2 of these plates that stack. They sit in there, and you can fit a lot of stuff in this. So 2 Snow Peak plates inside. another little felt bag, and inside this is my gas burner, Trangia gas burner. So that fits inside. Another spare lighter, 2 Snow Peak bowls, all of our plates. Snow Peak, like I said, I've been a fan of their gear. They're titanium, they weigh absolutely nothing. These are actually decent sized bowls if you're cooking rice and stuff. They don't look so big, but they're quite deep. Or cereal, porridge, but handy to have the bowls. Also, you can use them as saucepans. They're fine over a fire. Sometimes we've cooked and we just lay these in the embers, keeping stuff warm. And the good thing with titanium as well, it stays hot for longer. So if you've got hot food, it will keep it hot. Inside, these are made by Jetboil, little utensils that fold up. Very lightweight plastic utensils, but again, for when you're using non-stick, good to have the plastic ones. They actually fit inside a jet bowl if you have got a jet bowl, but our ones live in this saucepan. So we only have one saucepan in here. That's how we fit everything in. If you put the small saucepan in as well, you won't fit everything inside. I keep some kitchen towel in here. There's the handle, that's wrapped down the bottom. Always keep some kitchen towel because it's handy. There's my non-stick pan. Again, you can see it's just getting scratched and worn out. It's probably 3 years old. We do use them a lot. I will be replacing this with the same as the metal frying pan one. I'm sort of kind of over the non-stick because I've like I say, I've bought quite a few of these over the years, and I think the more and more cooking we do, the quicker I'm wearing them out, obviously. I'll set it up so you can see. This is your windbreaker. Take the strap off. I put everything inside the felt Trangia bag so I don't lose anything. All my bits going there. Right, so this is your base. And then you can have meths or gas cooker. The meths just sits in there and you fill it with meths. I haven't got this on this trip, so that just pushes in, that simple. So you've got your windbreak, sits on top, that locks in, just slides and locks. Then got a handle, a frying pan sits on top, fold them in, the saucepan is on the down. So the billy can has to be, to use the billy can, you have it up high like you would the frying pan, and just simply sits on top. So you can see the size of that. That can cook for a little posse. You've got a little posse out here cooking a cowboy stew for the posse. You can lift this off with this handle. It fits on there lovely. That's a real great, billy can's great. Just quickly show you this colander. So if you're using a saucepan, handle goes in there, little thoughtful cutout, and you can tip your water away. Also keeping bugs out, you know, if you're cooking, leave it on a simmer, stuff like that. Keeps the heat in. That's a lot of gear that fits all inside that saucepan, and that's it. And bearing in mind that's all our knives and forks as well. That's a hell of a lot of stuff in one place. I'll go through these quickly. These I've had these for years, but they actually stopped making this set, which is such a shame, because now every time Lisa washes up, I give her like a 5-minute lecture. It's a bit like Bruce Willis with the watch in Pulp Fiction, where he sort of said I should have explained how important the watch is. So every time Lisa goes, she knows now that she can lose anything, but don't lose this. You can lose the Trangia, you can lose anything, don't lose this set. I got this, like I say, good 10-12 years ago. I actually bought a set for my mate Dougal as well. He was always getting me gifts and stuff, and I treated him to a set one time. We was on a camp, and but they only sell these now with a fork and a spoon. I have no idea why, but they took the knife out. So again, these are Snow Peak, Japanese, titanium, but they stopped doing it. I guess they thought people were going to get stabbed up with that. I don't know why they stopped making it, but it really annoys me, because now Lisa has to spend her life being paranoid about losing this set of cutlery. But yep, so you can't actually get one of them, but they do a spoon and a fork but you can get other sets. This is Lisa's set. This isn't Snow Peak. I kind of think who made this. So this is Boundless Voyage. You can still buy these. Titanium, comes with a little tin opener. Really nice little set. Is it as good as my Snow Peak set? It's not even close. And if she lost my one and I had to replace it with this, I'd be devastated.
No difference, really.
I'm here today to give you this knife, fork and spoon. Your daddy carried this set up his ass in a jail in Saigon. Won't go into that. Right, another Snow Peak thing. We don't always bring this. If we've got room, we bring it. We won't take it to Morocco. It's a luxury item because we have got a chopping board there. But my youngest brother Chris bought me this because he knows I like Snow Peak. It's big for what it is, but it's a chopping board with a really, really sharp knife in it. It's really sharp, that knife. Makes a lovely chopping board, but it is a luxury item. We haven't always got room to take this, but this weekend we did. So again, more Snow Peak gear. These mugs are stackable. This one's got measuring on the side. The handles fold in, but again, multiple uses for these. Keep our sponge in the middle. Put that in there for now. We've got 4 sizes here. These are all Snow Peak titanium. I got these over time. The plates are quite reasonable and the bowls. The mugs, for some reason, are really expensive. I bought these over the years. This one I must have bought 10 years ago at least. And that's the only one I had for a long time, but I'm not a lover of big mugs. And then after a few years, I realized I did smaller ones. So then this was the 450ml, which is a really good size. This is what I'd call a large mug. That's ridiculously large. But if I'm going lightweight camping cooking, I just take the meths burner and I've got a little cross stand and I'll use this as my saucepan. So and again, I use this to wash, to get water. I'll use it for anything. But this is actually, I'll cut my vegetables down, put them in this. I can sit this in a fire. If I'm going really lightweight, this is a great all-rounder. But the fact they all stack in here, when this goes in the pannier, we've got 4 mugs for the size of one and whatever we put inside. So we've got a 450 one, titanium. Again, keep your coffee really hot. That stacks in there nice. This is the 300. Now these are what me and Lisa mainly use for coffee. Lisa doesn't have big coffee. This is the 220ml. So that's normally Lisa's coffee mug in the morning. That's mine. I don't like massive mugs. If I drink tea at home, I have to have it in a small cup. I'm not like a builder's mug guy. I get taken a mickey out of all the time at work when customers give me like a great big mug and I complain. I do complain. Ask for a bone china cup, please. So anyway, these all stack. Little lid goes on the big one. So again, using as a saucepan. Again, sometimes I just put a band around that, ties them all together. But that just goes in the pannier. What else have we got here? We've got our jet boil. Seen better days. Lost the plastic cup on the bottom. We never used it anyway. Lost the lid on the last trip to Scotland. Scotland ate our lid. We got a tea towel in there. Worked out the Snow Peak lid fits on there better than the plastic one did. So that's our new lid. Inside here, I'm sure there's millions of videos on the jet bowl. That screws on there. That basically goes in there. That goes on the gas bottle. It boils water really fast. We have got small gas bottles that fit inside here. So again, this is a luxury item for us. We don't need to take this. We could easily boil water in the saucepan. We could boil water in the mugs.
60 seconds of that. That's genius.
But yeah, I think it's 90 seconds for 2 cups of water. It is really quick and it's really good, and we do love having it because sometimes we can't be bothered to get the Trangia out. We just get this out and make coffee on the go. So it does all fit in a pannier. I mean, all of our cooking gear, all our kitchen gear fits in one pannier. This little bag is a very important bag to us. Little wax bag, I've got these off eBay. They're really good. We have one for cooking spices. I forgot on this trip. We have one for our spices, but this one is our coffee bag. I'm going to show you these bits because a lot of people have asked about these as well. So there's just our coffee beans in here, our paper filters. But I'll show you this. Basically, again, Snow Peak. This isn't titanium. but it's a lovely bit of kit. It's just a coffee grinder. It's pretty compact. So coffee beans obviously go in the top. That fits on there. Grinder, pour your coffee out. But that handle folds over. Really neat little bit of kit. Only had this about a year, but so far so good. Really happy with it. I mean, obviously loads of people make little lightweight grinders. Really like it. Nice little carry case. This is the coffee drip. They do two different ones of these. This is the one that suited me the best. So it comes with a little band to hold the legs. There's a bit of an art in making this. When I first got it, I literally was thinking whoever designed it, I wanted to kill them. But then I sussed out how to make it. You need a flat surface really. I either use this or I sometimes use one of the Snow Peak plates, but the key is to have a flat surface. These little bits just fit on there, on there. But again, some people are just going to want your instant coffee, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it is Lisa likes instant coffee more than real coffee, but there's nothing wrong with it. Each to their own. But for people that really love coffee, and there are, I mean, especially today's day and age, it seems like there's more and more people that have got really anal with their coffee. I'm definitely anal with coffee, so that's seconds to do that. I've got your little paper filters there. These are actually the wrong size. I run out of the proper ones. These are a bit small for this, but there you go. And so when we're making coffee, if I'm doing 2 cups worth, I make it straight into there, set up our other cups, then pour it into the other ones. So there you go. It's a great little setup. We can invite friends over for breakfast, but it's great. It's not for everyone. It's not cheap gear. I mean, I think the plates and the bowls are really reasonable. The coffee stuff's really expensive. Right, so that all goes nicely in that little bag. That's it. Lastly, we've actually got 2 of these. I only got these on the last trip. I had one of these before, bought it online thinking it was metal. When it turned up, it was plastic, and I don't like carrying water in like plastic containers. You kind of had that little plastic, and also it didn't keep it cool enough. This is a metal one, covered in the fabric. So yeah, but these hold, I think they're 1.5 litre. We got 2 of these, but they're very kind of thin. I've got these cable ties on the side because we strap them with little rock straps on top of our bags. So we've got them at hand all day long. If we're on the bike, Lisa can have a drink while we're going along. But we've got 2 of these, so we've always got 3 litres of water on us. That's the idea. If we do get off and we're going for a stroll, you got one. But you could dunk these in the river, and then the fabric gets wet, which keeps it cooler for longer, you know. But yeah, they're nice. They seem to be really well made. Obviously, I've not had them long enough to know how they're going to last, but they're metal. What can go wrong? They might dent or something, but the fabric will probably tear and stuff. But I think these are really great. These are just from Amazon. I just put in Laken. They're made by Laken, but Far West canteen, water canteen. But these are really good cooking kitchen setup. That's it. So there's a lot of gear here for like 1 pannier. Not for everyone, but we like cooking, and we can pretty much, on this setup, I can cook anything. We are going to wrap up now. We're going to go to a really nice beach that we've never been to. As I say, we're in Suffolk. We're going to head to the beach, jump in the water. Happy camping, cooking. Any questions, put them in the comments. Catch you later. Cheers for watching. Bye.